Welcome back to News Channel 10's Election Day coverage. I'm Madison Allowell. The city of Amarillo has released early voting numbers for Potter and Randall counties. 59,000 people cast a ballot in those counties during early voting. 2 of the 7 propositions are passing as of right now. Now, early voters are for Proposition 1, which would increase revenue for streets and traffic. They are also for Proposition 2, which increases revenue for public safety. As of right now, voters are against Proposition 3. That funds new city facilities. Early voters are also against Proposition 4. That would upgrade parks and recreation facilities. Voters are against Proposition 5, which would allow for upgrades to the Civic Center. They are also against Proposition 6, which would fund new city vehicles and update the maintenance garage. And finally, voters are against Proposition 7, which would fund new athletic facilities within the city. Now, Amarillo city officials gathered at City Hall this evening to hear those results. News Channel 10 Shannon Smith was there and joins us now live with reaction from officials about the early voting totals.
These numbers for the city bond propositions you've seen so far are still early, but both Potter and Randall County are reporting. And right now we're looking at only the first 2 propositions passing. That's both public safety and street upgrades. And the city council staff has been here with the city staff kind of waiting for these updates. And we're joined now with the mayor of Amarillo, Mayor Harpole. And Mayor Harpole, what's kind of your reaction to only seeing 2 of these propositions pass?
You know, we know what the voters think. It's important that we know that, and it's really important people went out and voted. So we have a high voter turnout, and I don't see any chance of this changing with beyond the early election votes, because there were a lot of people who went out early. So we know the voters will. We will begin to fix streets, and we'll begin to help with public safety and both police and fire, and that's basically what we'll continue to do.
Now, of all these other propositions that are looking like they're not going to pass, will those projects be completed if there's no funding for them?
No, they will not be completed. You know, we want to get the tone of what the voters think, and we've gotten that tone. We understand that, and that is the reason for propositions, so we'll know how voters think about things that we discover, and we want to evaluate whether they should be done in the city. So the voters have spoken, and we'll follow their direction.
And if these city departments come to you looking for money to maybe fund some of these projects, where would you be looking for that?
We won't have any money to do those things. So we'll have the money to do the streets, and we'll have the money to do fire and police, the safety things. The voters have evaluated those are important to them. They've evaluated by a pretty good margin that those others are not the importance. They just don't want to see those be done at this point.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you.
And we'll continue bringing you more local election coverage as this night continues. But for now, reporting from City Hall, Shannon Smith, News Channel 10.
Thank you, Shannon. More than half of American adults report the 2016 election is a significant source of stress for them. According to the American Psychological Association, 52% of adults say elections are starting to have an impact on their health. It's called election stress disorder. Social media and television have played a large part on this stress, heightening concern and frustration, especially with many voters being divided. WT Professor of Business Communications Leslie Ramos Salazar says when someone is bombarded with election information, it triggers this type of stress. Well, we will have full team coverage as election night continues. You can count on us for live updates on air and online throughout the night as results come in. Download our News Channel 10 app or visit our website, newschannel10.com. We will be back with another update on election results at 8:25.